Good morning, everyone. It is with immense pleasure and pride that I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to each one of you to today's session. We are truly honored to welcome an inspiring academician and a distinguished contributor to the world of computer science, Dr. Rima Tereja, Assistant Professor at the School of Open Learning, University of Delhi. With over 2 decades of teaching experience, Dr. Terija stands as a beacon of knowledge and excellence. Her scholarly contributes span across foundation computing concept, artificial intelligence, data science, machine learning, and programming in C, C++, and Python, making her a revered author whose books have guided countless students and professionals. Dr. Tereja's academics reach is exceptional. She has published over 30 research papers in reputed international journals, holds 4 patents, and serves as a reviewer for SCI and Scopus Index journals. Her expertise is also reflected in her roles as a member of various boards of studies, technical advisory boards, and international program committees. Her global presence, whether as a speaker at the Global Virtual Summit in New York, a participant in the International Dialogue on Women's Empowerment, or at a recent international conference in France, speaks volumes about her impact in academic and professional circles. Moreover, her mentorship in California based startup project and contributions to MOOCs for the School of Open Learning underscore her dynamic engagement in both teaching and innovation. We are truly privileged to have Dr. Rima Tarija with us today. Her insights and experience will undoubtedly enlighten and inspire us all. Let us join together in giving her a warm and enthusiastic welcome. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am.
So, I'll just start my screen. The presentation is taking some time to upload. Please give me 1 minute. Hope the screen is visible now.
Yeah, ma'am. It's visible, ma'am.
Okay,
I
thank you.
can start. Thank you.
So, before I start talking about emerging technologies, AI, ML, let me present some important piece of news. A 2023 PwC report says that 77% of Indian CEOs cited skill shortages as a barrier to growth, and this is up from 64% in 2019. NASSCOM's 2022 report says 50% of India's workforce, about that is 150 million people, will need reskilling or upskilling by 2025 to meet industry demands. A 2022 report by Alpha Beta Amazon Web Services says that it is estimated that India will need 3.9 million cloud professionals by 2025, but fewer than 1.5 million are present. NASSCOM report says that India would require 1 million cybersecurity professionals by 2027, but only 3 lakh people are available today. Then, WEF's report says that 83 million jobs globally would be lost by next year, while 17 million new ones would be created. Most Indian workers lack the specialized training needed for roles in ML and robotic process automation. AI is the future, but 78% professionals feel left behind. The workforce report says that 8,000 professionals across 28 industries found that 83% consider AI as crucial skills, but 65% skill 65% people still find themselves in the novice stage. In China, AI is taught to primary class students. Just imagine the how technology is imparted in the children. So in junior classes, students are taught to work with AI tools. Once well versed with the technology, it is mandatory for the senior class student to make a robot. In fact, in China, in the name of national security and patriotism, every school student, is taught how to hack or how to crack a password. National AI strategy aims to position India as a global leader in AI by focusing on sectors like healthcare, agriculture, education, and smart cities. The aim, that is Atal Innovation Mission, encourages the creation of innovation hubs, incubators, accelerators across the country. It supports AI and emerging technology startups, providing them with resources to scale up. India is one of the fastest growing markets for AI startups, with sectors such as e-commerce, fintech, and edtech being most prominent adopters. Electronic City in Bangalore, T-Hub in Hyderabad, and Startup Village in Kochi are fostering a conducive environment for AI and emerging tech startups. Many industries are moving towards automation and AI-driven solutions. Engineers and managers need to understand these technologies to design, manage, and oversee projects that involve AI, automation, and related innovations. For example, when we think after BTech we'll be doing MBA and we'll not be into technology sector. So why should we do MBA? Why should we learn AI? But in fact, even if you see today's newspaper also, there is a special article that AI has to be taught to every engineering student, whether that student is doing mechanical or civil or computer science. It is now must. So now, BTech in AI, BTech in BTech in ML would come as the core subjects. Why is it necessary? Let's understand that. For even if you turn out to be a manager a few years down the line, managers also need to understand emerging technologies, which helps them to strategically think about new products, services, and process improvements. Emerging technologies offer a new way to address major challenges like climate change, healthcare access, cybersecurity, and poverty. So AI has also come as a major core paper in MBA syllabus. Even IIMs are taking up that as a mandatory subject. With a good understanding, managers can lead digital transformation projects. They can make better decisions about when and how to adopt new technologies, ensuring organizations remains competitive and efficient. Engineers use emerging technologies that are most cost effective, energy efficient, and scalable. Managers need to optimize resource allocation, manage budgets more effectively, and ensure that technology investments deliver value. Then managers also can bridge the gap between technical and business sides of the organization. This improves communication, decision making, and project managers. In fact, managers who know the technology can lead the organization in a better way. They can do business process re-engineering. For this, basic knowledge of emerging technologies is necessary, and AI is definitely driving all businesses these days. Even if you're a manager, there are no code tools where you do not need any coding. You can just use drag and drop tools to create chatbots. To these days, agentic AI is the keyword. Agentic AI. So you can use those tools which do not require coding to create business solutions for your project. Right. You will be surprised to know that AI is becoming a star chef. AI can now suggest you new recipes based upon the ingredients you have with you. Then AI is also being used to make pizzas that you can eat, pizzas, burgers, and even chocolate using 3D printing technology. That is 3D printing. Um, so again, these are some. You would be again surprised to know, like in Japan, we know that is very much prone to earthquakes. There, instead of using, create for building a house, you are using 3D printing house so that they can be made in low cost and in a lesser time. So even the smart homes that we are talking about, smart cities, smart homes, so they have a lot of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Siri, which adjust the you turn on the lights, turn off the lights, and turn on the AC when somebody comes inside the room and automatically switches off fans and ACs when there is nobody inside the room. So these devices are all possible. All this technology is possible because of IoT, Internet of Things. Now our things are also connected on the internet. We have new robots that can show emotions. We have now human robots that are called humanoids, which can talk to us as if some human is talking. The state of the technology is such that by 2030 there will be over 75 billion IoT devices worldwide, and there will be only 8 billion people. So every person on this planet will have 9 devices. So there will be more devices and less number of people. Now we have smart TVs, smart refrigerators, smart traffic lights. So everything has now become smart. What do we mean by smart? Smart means they have some, they are connected to the internet and they have some intelligence to take decisions. So, next technology that we would like to discuss here is cloud. We all are using cloud. All our emails are stored on the Google Cloud. In fact, more than 90% of business around the world use some form of cloud computing, whether it's for data storage, running applications, or managing resources. When you are unsure about the word cloud, you can think of that instead of storing the data on your computer, you are storing it on somebody else's servers. So here it's just that these servers are housed in massive data centers around the world, not in your living room. So companies like Amazon Web Services, AWS, as we know, popularly know, Google Cloud and Microsoft Azure are three major companies in this area. Now, see, we've done 3D printed house. Then we also have three. You can even 3D print, do 3D printing of your shoes. Adidas companies like Adidas, they are using 3D printing to create a customized shoe for you, for every user. It can ask the user whether they're I mean, to make that soles. They can ask the user whether they're feeling comfortable or not, and to give maximum comfort and maximum performance, your sneakers can also be now 3D printed. That is the reason why AI is now being taught as a part of mechanical engineering also. So we know that we have heard a little bit about bitcoins and cryptocurrency, and we know that it can be mined. So, but blockchain is these days not only used for cryptocurrencies, but it is also used in supply chain management for tracking goods and products. Then we have smart contracts. We'll see what smart contract means. Using blockchain technology, we can have it. These are self-executing contracts with some terms written into the code. Then we all say EVMs are hacked. Instead of crying about EVMs, we can have a voting system that uses blockchain technology. So that is secure and tamper-proof voting system actually. Then health records, all our data, medical data will now be stored as it has already been started in India. In fact, all our medical health cards are now stored using blockchain. Even the CBSE is now issuing its degrees using blockchain technology. Then another surprising thing that you would be happy to know that the very first world transaction using Bitcoin was to buy two pizzas in 2010. So the programmer paid 10,000 Bitcoin just for buying two pizzas, and today it worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Just imagine how rich that pizza seller would have become. In fact, most of our students here in Delhi, they are investing in Bitcoins. Every week they have a cap that they will invest 500 rupees in Bitcoins. And you won't believe those who had invested $35,000 now possess more than 1.5 crore. So students are taking using their pocket money to buy bitcoins these days. So that is the power of financial literacy, right? So it's not just wealth management. Students are now also learning how to create wealth by investing their money in buying small stocks, buying mutual funds and bitcoins. So I think this is also a mandatory study subject to be taught, whether you are in doing engineering or management. Now, another report, Nitin Chandok said that he said a very apt thing. I was seeing his interview, and from there I noted these two lines. He said that you will not lose your job due to AI, but you will lose your job to someone who can use AI well. So you really need to know, and if you cannot create an LLM of your own, at least you should know how to use those technologies that are existing to increase your productivity, to increase the efficiency and your performance. Now, even Indian Army is recruiting those people who have a strong foundation in AI, machine learning, quantum computing to strengthen its cyber resilience. Because the future wars would not be on ground. Future wars would be maybe AI warfare. China has already invested a lot in this technology. Now, even film actor Ajay Devgan has invested in a startup in AI to create high quality, scalable, and visually compelling narratives with cutting edge AI technology. If we see the rate of cyber crimes in India in 2024, we see that 63% surge. We are almost every day there's a news on digital arrest cases, right? So all this is so now that the cyber crime is increasing, that itself shows how badly we need cyber criminals. We have cyber criminals, and to target them, we need security professionals. And these days, most of the cyber security professionals are using AI driven tools. If you want to start a career, I mean, in engineering, uh, I would request you all to have a research mindset. You should start doing research in the first year itself. Even my son is in BTech first year, and he has published 4 papers in international journals and presented them in international conferences, IEEE conferences. Um, so that gives you an exposure. You learn more when you write something and you present it, right? So there are websites like Kaggle, and there are many data sets already available. Suppose you are doing research in cybersecurity, you can download the data and use some AI/ML techniques to and there are tools like Wireshark and Kali Linux tool there, where you have multiple ways in which you can um, analyze the security of the system. So please, I would request you to go through these links and start doing some research work. So these are here are some case studies. Uh, and these case studies have been purposely included here in this presentation so that it can give you an idea. You can start thinking about some project right from the first semester, and with each year you add something to it. So AI driven cybersecurity for smart homes. Now that we have a smart TV, there was a case in 2018. The smart TV was, you can see, the problem is that smart devices can be easily hacked. There is no term security, privacy. I mean, whatever we do is less because the cyber criminals are more smart than us. So these smart devices can be easily hacked. And for example, even if we have light, cameras, and TVs and refrigerators in our home, so we always use a mix of different emerging technologies. So if we are using IoT, then we have to use cyber security. We need something to secure, right? And then there are many projects already available. There are data sets available which you can analyze. You apply some algorithm to get some pattern out of it, right? Then there is another AI powered health monitoring and disease prediction. So not just for humans but also for plants, you can use AI based detection systems. Like for example, you can compare a healthy plant with a diseased plant, and you can compare and you can tell what how much insecticides is required, how much pesticides is required, how much water is required, how much sunlight is required. So you can predict using those tools. Even for even in COVID, we have seen that the chest X-ray was used to predict whether the person is infected from COVID or not. So AI based tools again are used to compare to images of the patient and of the healthy person, to compare whether it is they both match or there is some variation. Right, then we also have robotic surgeries. See, whenever we are using devices, so security automatically comes in. So what if the robot is hacked? So we again need strict security um, tools to monitor how well the system is performing. Then we have IoT enabled traffic monitoring and smart parking system. We already have this in India. And I would like to tell you that two of my students are doing a project in internship project in a startup. So there, the startup has a project. They have got a project from Singapore government. So what they are doing is they are see, we all know, we all have GPS. We all see Google Maps before whenever we are going from home to college. We see the Google Maps which route is. It will show you in red if the route is congested, right? So we know that the route is congested and how much time we will need. So they are working. My students are working on a project in which GPS and blockchain and cybersecurity technologies are being used parallelly together simultaneously. What will happen is the route the user is taking, that user would be notified that this route is congested, kindly take another alternate route. If the user still decides to go through that congested road, now when the user goes through that congested road, he will not even not just increase the traffic there, but also it will add to air pollution, right? So using blockchain, a fine would be imposed on that user that without despite giving the notification, the user is taking the congested road, right? And the payment transaction would be done automatically using wallet. And since payment transaction is being done, it would be all secured, right? So multiple technologies are together being employed to deliver a solution. So now what can the user do in such a scenario? In India, we have just one answer to this air pollution problem is have odd even. But having odd even policy also enhances citizens problems. And right, we have to even if we take public conveyance, we hire a cab, or we have to pay more money. Uh, we need more time to reach our destination. So the better idea is to use this smart system. So now if the user takes the congested path, he has to pay a fine amount. Now what will happen? The user knows that he has to pay a fine, so automatically he will go for carpooling. He will see other users traveling the same, so that at least that fine money can be divided among all those passengers, right? So this is I think a good way to tackle the problem of traffic and air pollution. Now, IoT-based smart grid for energy management. Since it's a government college, many colleges I'm just giving you an example. They have solar. They are generating solar energy they have solar panels on the rooftop, and using AI and using sensors, we are constantly keeping a record of how much electricity we need on each day, how much electricity is required on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Saturday and Sunday, our college is off, so we are not using that much energy. So because we have a smart grid, we can sell that extra electricity being generated on the weekends to the government. So this is all again, we can do demand forecasting, and then we can sell the excess. Now, AI for predictive maintenance in IoT. See, we all know in industries when even a single machine goes down, so it needs time to repair and again start functioning. So, in between the time it gets repaired, there will be loss of business hours loss. And, so it's better that using sensors and using IoT devices are continuously monitored. Their performance is being monitored, and if we find that the device is not performing well, it's getting heated up, for example, very frequently, we know that there is something wrong in it. And before the device actually breaks down, we can call the industry, somebody from the company, to repair it before it breaks down completely. So we can save a lot of time to and business hours and money, so that continuously the device is working properly. So here AI techniques can be used. Then we have AI driven threat detection for IoT networks. So as I said, all the tools are also AI cyber security tools are also AI driven. They automatically identify anomalies, in the network, and then they notify the administrator, so that before any attack actually happens, security threat actually becomes true, it blocks that user. Then we have facial recognition. For example, these days, the next version of UPI would be, how are we doing UPI transactions these days? We have to put a PIN number and we have to connect it with our bank account, right? Our UPI wallet, for example. So, but the next edge technology would be to, our face would act as the scanner. Using our face, it would, our face recognition technique will be used to connect with a bank account, and automatically that amount would be deducted. In China, it has already started using your, you will show the photograph of your palm. Your palm identification is linked to your bank account and the money is transferred. So next, coming to metaverse, I would first like to show you this video so that you get an idea what I'm talking about.
Over the last year and a half, a lot of us who work in offices have gone remote. And while I miss seeing the people I work with, I think remote work is here to stay for a lot of people. So we're going to need better tools to work together. Let's take a look at what working in the metaverse will be like. Imagine if you could be at the office without the commute. You would still have that sense of presence, shared physical space, those chance interactions that make your day all accessible from anywhere. Now imagine that you have your perfect work setup, and you can actually do more than you could in your regular work setup. And on top of all that, you can keep wearing your favorite sweatpants.
Good. Let's get together real quick for a debrief.
I'm free now. Let's jump in. Hi.
Hey,
So what do we think?
things ready.
Great.
I'll prep it for the presentation.
All right. Good luck.
Imagine a space where you can tune out distractions and focus on the task at hand. And when you're ready to share what you've been working on, you can present it as if you're right there with the team.
Wait, where's Mark?
I think he's in the middle of something.
So this is metaverse where we have been holding meetings virtually, but here now we can create our digital avatars who can, and we can be sitting each with each other. Our avatars can be sitting as if we are working together. Even musical concerts these days. See, we had musical concert here in Delhi last month. We had many singers coming, but the entry charges were very high. Not everybody could go there, and even if you're going there, there is huge rush, and you will, it is very expensive to go and stand in the front row, right? So it's quite impractical for a or ordinary person like us to be there. But if you really enjoy attending concerts, then what you can do is, many singers these days are also doing concerts in metaverse. So and the charge is very nominal because it's all virtual. So your instead of your avatar would be going there. It can stand there in the front row. You can enjoy, and it gives an immersive experience as if you yourself are there. Right. So if we see Web 1.0, so now here we are in this age, Web 3.0, but let's see the history. In Web 1.0, there were only web pages which we could only read. In Web 2.0, we have applications like Instagram, Facebook, and we had so many reviews to write. We can like some content, we can write, and we can read as well as we can write. But here in Web 3.0, we can read, write, as well as interact. We can be there and talk to each others, right? Um, then in Web 1.0, the content was owned by the company. But here, and we were sharing our content, whatever reviews or feedback we have to give, we were sharing our content also. But here we have consolidated contents that everybody is a part of it. Web 1.0, we had visual or interactive web. It will ask you a text message and you're just replying it. Here you had a programmable web. You can create your websites. You can make dynamic websites. But here you can create linked data web. You can create your metaverse application and you can host it on the server, right? In Web 1.0, you talked about home pages. Web 2.0, we talked about wikis and blogs. But in Web 3.0, a Wave Summit is also happening here, right? So waves and live streams we have. Now, Web 1.0, we had page views. This is how we used to monitor how the web traffic. But in Web 2.0, we talked about cost per click. And here we are talking about user engagement, how much time a user devotes on your metaverse. Then in Web 1.0, we had directories. Here we have tagging the users, and now we are tagging the user behavior. We are analyzing user behavior. So in Web 1.0, the focus was on the company. Then the focus came on the community, and now the focus is on the individual's performance. So if we see in a graph form, in 1990s and between 1990 and 2000, we already always we had one Web 1.0, which was completely static. We had basic HTML and emails. From 2000 to 2020, we had dynamic web experience where we had YouTube, where we had some content interactive. We had Instagram, we had Twitter, which is now X. So Web 3.0, which started actually after 2020, now we use blockchain technology to make it decentralized. It's no more centralized. It is private and it is secure. So now talking about the definition of metaverse, which we have in Web 3.0, it is metaverse is a network of 3D virtual worlds which are connected. They enable people to interact with each other in real time, regardless of where they may be physically located. So you may be anywhere around the world, but your avatars are there in the same place. For example, at this particular time, I cannot afford to be in Disneyland, but if I want to go, I can send my avatar there, and I can see my avatar roaming here and there, having enjoying time, and it will give me a sense of satisfaction as if I'm myself there, right? So if you see, even if you are interested in developing applications for metaverse, you need to know augmented and virtual reality. I hope you know the difference between the two. Whenever you have been to malls, have you seen 2D, 3D movies, 7D movies? You need to put a pair of glasses, and then you can enjoy. We even have, if you have been to science city centers, you need to have those glasses, and then you can play the games, right? You feel as if you are completely, if you there, and you have to use bullets, and you're fighting with somebody, right? If you have experienced those games. So virtual reality means you're totally cut from the real world, and you are totally in the immersive world, in some other world, right? Then augmented reality means something added to the reality. For example, you must have used smart chat filters, right? Then so what happens there is you take a picture of your own, and then you take accessories for it, and you can change the background, you can put that accessory on your face, you can change the color of the skin, you can change the dress you are wearing, right? You have seen. So that is augmented reality, because you're adding something to the reality. You are still in the real world, but you're just adding to it. For example, if you have seen the Lenskart website, if you go and buy glasses there, what Lenskart will do is it will take a picture of your face, and then you will be asked to select a pair of glasses. Then Lenskart will take that pair of glass and add it to your face, so that you can see how that pair of glasses would look on you, right? So that is augmented reality. And if we see from 2022 to 2032 how the market size is constantly increasing. So even if you see the Asia Pacific market, you would see from 2020, $11.1 billion to it is approximately going up by 45.4% in just this 10 years time. We are already half the way. And see, the growth is yet to be seen. So if you see the history of metaverse, it started with the invention of Tim Berners-Lee when he invented the World Wide Web in 1989. Since then, many novels, many fiction movies are already depicting what a metaverse would be. Then in 2015, we had Decentraland. In 2016, we had the Pokemon Go game, which we all are aware about. What happens in Pokemon? It uses augmented reality. This is real world, but somewhere you will see that Pokemon, and then a task is given to you, right? So that is an application of augmented reality. Then after that, many games for with help of virtual reality and augmented reality were created. Now, what the latest here it is showing is in 2021, Mark Zuckerberg made that parent company Meta, and Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp all now comes under Meta. If you have read the newspaper 2 3 days back, I was seeing Meta has made now glasses. Um, these are the devices which you need special glasses, you need hands to lift something, right? So even Meta has tied up with Ray-Ban. A new set of glasses have come with these glasses. You can click images, you can suppose if there's a signboard, I'm seeing that say the parliament, it is written parliament here. So I when I see that, I can even see a video, I can come to know more about it. So it is already there today, right? Even Gemini AI has now released that matlab your it can see uh, through your documents, and it can tell you about, for example, if you show a burger, it will see that picture and it will tell you everything, how that burger was made, what are the ingredients, which company has made this. If you have wrapped it in a McDonald napkin, it will read that logo and it will tell you also about the company which has made that burger. So that advanced AI is these days. And just to tell you, Google AI application will also tell you, it will take the picture of your retina and it will tell you, um, it will notify you that whether you have what kind of disease is there in the body. Not just today, but what is the probability that in the next 5 years you would have this disease. For example, it can take a picture of my retina and tell me whether I have diabetes, whether I have matlab, 32 different diseases can be detected just by taking a picture and analyzing the picture of the retina, right? So that is the state of AI. It's so advanced these days. So, and saying that we will not study artificial intelligence or it's an alien technology is, I mean, we are already living in the world of AI and we cannot run away from that now. So when talking about metaverse, positive and negative, so it gives an equal access to like life like otherwise unattainable experiences. As I said, I cannot go to Disneyland if I cannot afford to, but I can still send my avatar there to have a real life experience. Then interaction using more accurate virtual representation of physical objects. For example, if you see, go to this website IKEA. IKEA is a very popular website for furnitures. Now, for example, you are going to this website and you want to buy a furniture for your home. What you can do is you can take a picture of your home, upload it, and suppose you have selected a table or a sofa set. You can using they have an augmented reality app. You can put that sofa and on above the image of your room so that you can see which color sofa would look good, where it should be placed. So it gives you a more accurate virtual representation of physical objects. Then it gives you a shared virtual experience in real time. You can sit with your family and friend and have a meeting as if you're sitting just next to each other. You can work in a collaborated way. Your office, even if you are doing work from home, you can send your avatar sitting next to each other and talking to each other and discussing. Then more efficient testing and training sessions. For example, you are in a simulated world, you can check your these days driving test. They are all matlab, the first driving test is taken in the simulated environment, where you are given a bike and you have a simulated environment, so that they test your skills when you will apply brake, what speed you are acquiring when. So all your training and sessions can be done in a simulated environment. Then new business opportunities to connect, engage and interact with the customers. In fact, the metaverse, augmented reality, virtual reality have become so popular these days that I'm sure you would have heard that institutions which will be at par of IITs and IIMs, our government has already given sanction to set up those institutions which will be uh, teaching only AR, VR, and animations, so that those students who may not be good at other subjects but are very creative can do these courses. Even IITs and DTUs and Delhi Technological University, if you've heard about it, they are offering courses in design thinking and where these technologies are taught. But there are certain limitations also of metaverse, limited access for some users who struggle with fully immersed experiences. Many still do not have internet access, many do not have devices. So for them, they will be still left out. Increased cost for what individuals buying the technologies needed. We need money to buy those special glasses with which we can do experience the virtual environment. More business investments are necessary to attain those. And India, if you remember, Mark Zuckerberg has tied up with Reliance, with Geo to make metaverse applications. Likelihood of bad behavior and privacy violations, security concerns are there. Then metaverse addictiveness for those. So we have Instagram and our generation Gen Z are already addicted. So when we have metaverse, then what will happen? You know better than me. So challenges of the metaverse, security and privacy concerns are always there because you are sharing a lot of data about you. You are sharing your biometrics data also for facial recognition for if you give. So that can be also taken for creating security threats. Then we need to assure that equal access to everybody. Then there will be many people are not able to wear those glasses for a long time because of eye fatigue and nausea conditions. So that is our challenge. Then we, because since the technology is still evolving, we need more governance and we need to ensure that tech giants, if they build a world, how do small developers pool resources to build in metaverse? So how these big giants and small developers will collaborate. Now solutions for security, data integrity, encryption. We can have encryption, we can have privacy rules, stringent security rules, and we can use different ways to authenticate users, not just using passwords, but fingerprints, voice activation, facial recognition. So we need more harder ways to ensure security and privacy. Cost of entry should be reduced and there should be more, and we should encourage more inclusion so that everybody can be a part. And then we have all this is to be a part of AI metaverse, we are already creating our avatars, which are digital humans and multilingual accessibility so that in every language we can use it. See, for the why they are saying that India should have their own LLM model, because the Chat GPT and the DeepSeek, they are not very well versed in all the Indian languages. So that is why we need an Indian system which can work and integrate well with our language. Now coming to blockchain. So as we said, these days smart contracts, health records, our CBSE mark sheets are all delivered through blockchain. But what is a blockchain? Cryptocurrency. So blockchain is a shared immutable ledger. Immutable means once created, it cannot be changed. It cannot be changed, right? So it facilitates the process of recording transaction and tracking assets in business network. So how is it important? Let's see. So first thing is feature is it is programmable. You can, for example, you can create smart contracts. Distributed. Why is it distributed? Because see, whatever transaction you do becomes a block. For example, if you have given your CBSE exam, you will get a mark sheet. That mark sheet is a now will now be represented as a block in the blockchains. For example, if 1 lakh student gave CBSE class 12 exam, so now there will be a blockchain of 1 lakh blocks. 1 lakh. How did I get 1 lakh blocks? One block for each mark sheet. So now that 1 lakh students have given the exam, there will be 1 lakh mark sheets, and therefore there will be 1 lakh blocks. Now, once you get a mark sheet, it cannot be changed because it is immutable. So this is how security is ensured, right? So whenever there is a transaction, a block is created, and it will be time stamped. For example, if your mark sheet is released on say 30th May, so it will be time stamped. So now it cannot be changed. So CBSE has issued this mark sheet on 30th May. All the blocks in the blockchain are sorted based on this time. It is unanimous. Matlab, participants agree to the validity of each record. See, it is distributed. So this blockchain will not exist on just one computer. It is distributed, so it will be available on, say, 5 more computers. And nobody knows where these 5, the same replica would be available on 5 different computers. So now it is immutable. You cannot change it. So now even if you change it somehow, if you hack it in on one computer, you do not know where that blockchain is on the other 4 computers. So it is almost practically impossible to violate security. right? So let's see how blockchain works. So if there is a new transaction, suppose you've got a new degree, so it is said to be a transaction. Now these three computers have this blockchain. So now this new transaction, the transaction is transmitted to a network of peer-to-peer computers. So this new transaction will be sent to all the three computers. Now all the three computers will validate these transactions. When all the three validate, it is then added in the blockchain. Now this new transaction is a part of blockchain, and all the three computers will then be given the latest copy of the blockchain, right? So now we have two terms, but let's first finish our blockchain, smart contract. We'll come back here again. So let's talk about a smart contract because we've already started discussing it. What happens in a smart contract? We said that blockchain is programmable. So, for example, if I have to give you 1 lakh rupees after 10 days because you're doing something for me, so we can program this as a code, smart contract. So this code will automatically execute. See, I don't know you and you don't know me. Why should we trust each other that you will do the work for me and I will give you 10 lakh rupees? So, in that case, when we do not know each other, what we can do is we can have a third party involved. This party will see the work and then take the money from my account and transfer it into your account. Right? So, smart contract is like that third party agent. We set the conditions and we program this as a blockchain. After the conditions are met, the smart contract is automatically executed. So I cannot deny you payment now, right? For example, you can use it as a multi-signature accounts in which assets are transferred only when certain percentage of people agree to do so. Smart contract can map legal obligations in an automated. So when we have an automated process, it also has a legal obligation. So you cannot say that it is a smart contract, so I will violate it. If you violate the smart contract, the same legal obligations would be there as if it was a physical contract. Then, if contracts are implemented correctly, they can provide a greater degree of contractual security because many times it happens that the contract is violated when the work is done. So, now let's understand two more terms, Bitcoin and NFT. So we know about Bitcoins. We've already seen cryptocurrency. We know it is identical. For example, if I have a 10 rupee coin, I have the same coin and you have the same coin. But if I have NFT, you may have NFTs may not be unique, right? What is NFT? It's a piece of art. For example, if I am a very good musician, if I'm a very good singer, I can record my voice as an NFT. If I'm a very good artist, I draw very well. I can make a drawing and upload it as an NFT, make it an NFT. So when I digitize my work, I am creating NFT. NFTs are not unique, but Bitcoins are unique. Right? So NFT ka full form, non-fungible tokens. They're ideal for creating digital versions of collectibles like art and trading cards. NFTs are like plane tickets. They look the same, but each has a different seat and destination. For example, if we compare NFTs with crypto, so crypto, each unit is interchangeable. I have a 10 rupee note and you also have a 10 rupee. We can interchange, but NFTs are not interchangeable, right? Represent ownership of, for example, if I have an ebook, I am selling on the internet. What you can do is you can buy one book from me and then you can create multiple PDFs and you can sell it to yourself. If I'm selling it for 100 rupees, you can sell it for 10 rupees. So where is my credibility gone? So I can create an NFT. So now I can create a digital asset. And each time a digital asset is purchased, a smart contract works automatically. If you are using my ebook, you will have to pay me the royalty, right? So this is how credibility is maintained. For example, we can decanterland variables. You can have shoes, you can have a cap, you can have a t-shirt in as NFTs. And here these are some examples of we have bitcoins, you have mana, you have sand. These are digital currencies. So let us understand what is sandbox and decentraland. See, if there is a new property coming up, if I say this was a forest and now here I will be creating a residential area, the government often says that. So what happens? Government cut plots For example, in this area, a government has cut 10 plots. Now, what it will do? It will sell those 10 plots to people and earn money, right? So, what happens? So, same way, we have a virtual world. In that virtual world, we have one sandbox. So you can think of them as two cities. One is sandbox and one is Decentraland. So, this sandbox has 1,66,464 digital places. We call them land. So now you can, as you buy a land in the real world, you can also buy a land in the digital world. Now you would ask me, why do I need to buy a land? For example, see, in way back early 2000s and late 1990s, when internet was not very prevalent, so internet was very new to India. So many people, what they did was they bought some domain names. For example, if I buy www.geo.com, for example, or reliance.com. So, what will happen now is whenever Reliance wanted to create their website, now they see that their domain name is already purchased by somebody else. So, now what they will do is they will ask me, you are the owner of the name or domain name. Our company exists in the real world, but you have this in the virtual world. Can you please sell it to us? Then I can even sell them for say 1,000 or 1 lakh or 1 crore, and they will buy it, right? So this is what, so we can buy pieces of land in the virtual world, and then we can sell it off as we do it in the real world, right? So in sandbox, the digital currency uses sand, but in Decentraland, the digital currency uses mana. So now one $0.86 is the price of one mana, and $1.07 is the price of one sand. So you can even, anytime you have bitcoins, you can sell it for dollars. So it's like your investment. We all buy stocks online, and we can say in mutual funds we invest. Similarly, there is a website coinmarket.com from where you can buy different digital currencies, and you can sell them. You can see the prices, whether they're going up or going down, and you can buy and sell on this website. You can even sell I'll show you. You can even sell your NFTs. I will show in the next few slides. And here are the application of smart cards, as I said, keep vehicle ownership, then government elections, management, healthcare, music industry to pay you royalty. You can create your own metaverse applications using softwares like Unity, Blender, Spark Air. There are no code tools where you do not have to do any coding. For example, you can use Double. On this Double website, you can create a metaverse application of your own, and you can host it in the metaverse. There are some code. You can also create a metaverse application using coding, and that coding is also not very difficult. There are YouTube videos freely available, say only 10 minutes. You can write your own metaverse code as you do write code for HTML. You can write code for metaverse applications also. So here we see some applications. Here they are creating their avatars, they are sitting online, these users, and their avatars are sitting here together and talking and interacting and having fun. So here we see that you are the user, you are wearing these glasses, and you are in a totally immersed environment. For example, he is the user, he is fighting with this, so to increase his skills, right? So in the meta, he is totally in this virtual reality. Now in a gym, so you are the user, you can see this virtual person to guide you, what exercise you have to do, how much, for how long, so you can guide. Now in schools also, these glasses are used to see the virtual reality, because now to understand the solar system, just how interesting it would be, the student is feeling as if she is in the universe, and the planets are telling their story to her. So when we are a part of that experience, we learn in a better way. So I think these are certain links which you must see to know more about metaverse. And just this is a website, OpenSea. Here you can create your own NFTs and sell. For example, if you are very good artist, you are very good at sketching, you can create a sketch and make it, and you just have to upload it. You can create an NFT and you can sell it off. Those people who have sold their work are now earning millions of rupees. So you can invest here uh, on website like OpenSea. Then there is a website, async music. If you're very good at we all I don't create matlab, you all, if you're very good at Instagram, creating reels and stories, you TikTok videos, you can even sell your music, you can sell your dance, you can create a reel and make it an NFT and get paid. In fact, you can sell your NFT and there and if you are very fond of sports, you can create a video of the special events, special highlights, special moments, and you can save it as NFT, and you can earn money of it from it. ठीक है, you can even connect your metaverse. For example, you have created a metaverse. I will pay you for entering your metaverse. For example, you have created a metaverse, and here you are roaming your somebody. My avatar is roaming in a mountain, but now I'm bored. I want to enter a forest. So this forest belongs to you. So I will pay you. I can simply, my avatar can simply jump into this circle and enter this forest metaverse. And if I use your forest metaverse, you may even charge for that. So this is how you can um, create this virtual environments. Here it is a simple code. Just see, very simple code in Python. You have all used ChatGPT, where you can upload your documents and get your queries resolved. Similarly, this code is a very simple code where we have created for our college. Many students think that teachers are like call center representative. Ma'am, when to fill this form, where to go this, where is this teacher, what, why, when, where. These questions never come to end. So we create a document of all the FAQs. Student can just come here and execute it and get their query. They can ask a question and the document would be, I would be answering. For example, here we have demonstrated that PDF path, we have said cybersecurity. So students can, those who are learning cybersecurity, the book is uploaded, they can ask questions and they can get answers to prepare well for the exam. So this is a simple code. ChatGPT like work can be done in Python. So this is very interesting. Now that you are becoming a part of the engineer's world, you should know that sky is the limit for you. What all you can do, uh, actually, knowing about it is important. From the you know, uh, first year itself, you can start learning about it, right? So that by the time your engineering gets complete, the fourth year is over, you know which tech. And I would also request you to please do internships, please do research from the first year, so that by the fourth year you know which stream you would be interested in, from where you should see your job opportunities, because not everybody is good at every stream. So you have to find out, and then you have to work accordingly, right? So, is there any question, madam? Okay, thank you so much.
On behalf of the Department of CSE AIML, we extend our heartfelt thanks to the management for their continued support and encouragement in organizing the Tech Series 5.6. A special thank you to Dr. Rima Darija, Assistant Professor, School of Open Learning, University of Delhi, for her insightful session on AI and ML, the future of engineering starts here. Your words truly inspired us and fostered valuable conversations. I also thank all the students, participants, and team members whose enthusiasm and involvement made this event a success. Thank you all once again.